Ariel Helwani in Houston, Texas for UFC 192 alongside Ryan Bader, who meets Rashad Evans this Saturday live on pay-per-view. We just finished talking to Rashad, and he was chirping and barking at your direction. What did you make of all of that?
Well, maybe you can tell me why he was chirping and barking at me.
Well, what happened was, I'll be honest, I said, do you think Ryan Bader is on your level as a fighter? I've seen some talk back and forth. At first, he was like, I could tell he wanted to say something but wasn't. I was like, come on, just be honest. Don't sugar. He said, no, he's not on my level. And then he said, look at him over there. He's scared. And then it just kind of escalated.
Oh, I'm scared. The thing about with him, he's insecure right now. He doesn't know how his body's going to feel. He doesn't know how his mind is coming into this fight. So he's got to do little stuff like that to get himself up. You know, I've been fighting and beating top 10 guys the last 4 fights, tough guys, top 5 guys, you know, while he's been injured and out. So I think it's more insecurities than anything, you know, for him to be sitting here barking at me like that. And I'm scared for some reason. That shows me he's scared.
Do you feel like he's almost trying to convince himself?
Yeah, he's trying to convince himself that he's fine. He's going to come back and be the same Rashad. You know, I hope he is. You know, I've trained for that. I'm ready for that. I'm in the best shape. You know, experience-wise, it'll be my 17th fight in the UFC. I get better every single time. I haven't fought since February, and I've been in almost 3 training camps. You know, a training camp for DC. After it, when I was thinking, hey, maybe I have a shot at this title shot, and then now Rashad. That whole time he's been out, and I've been beating guys, winning against top competition, and training hard and getting better. I'm not going to be the same fighter that you saw in February.
You know, it's interesting because we've done this before, pre-fight interview, and you're always a pleasure to talk to, but it feels like you have a chip on your shoulder, like there's a bit of an edge to you right now. Is that accurate?
I'm just tired of being sitting here pushed around by these guys that, you know, they're calling me an easy fight and everything. They're just setting themselves up for failure. You never call any opponent an easy fight. You know, what happens when he goes out there, and I will go out there and beat him, and then what is he? You know, he dug himself a hole. You know, sitting here barking at me, he better back all this stuff up. You know, and so I'll just let him keep running his mouth and digging his own hole.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've heard some of the stuff that him and DC have been saying, going back and forth, taking shots at you, trying to kind of devalue you as a fighter.
Exactly.
How much does that piss you off?
It does piss me off because, you know, I can take the banter and all that, but when they start saying, you know, Bader equals easy fight, you know, and they're all sitting up there, little giggling on the, you know, the Fox desk and sending me tweets like little schoolgirls, you know. You know, I don't care about that when they start saying I'm an easy fight and all that, when he hasn't been doing shit this whole last 2 years, and I've been beating top echelon guys that whole time. So, you know, if he thinks I'm the fighter that, you know, from 3 years ago or last fight, you know, he's going to be mistaken.
I might be wrong, but at least for me, this is the first time you're this close to DC since that incident at the press conference. What's that like for you?
You know, I forgot about DC and that whole situation. You know, I just kind of cut it off when I got Rashad, because it doesn't matter if I don't go out there and beat Rashad, and then we won't be talking about it. Or maybe we will. I don't know. It looks like I can lose and still get a title shot.
Sure,
the last couple of fights ago, but just kidding. But the whole thing with that, I forgot about it. We can pick it up after I go out there and beat Rashad and he wins, and then continue where we left off. You know, but we got fights in front of us right now. So perfect world, I go out there, beat him, Cormier wins, and we can settle it in a title bout. You know, there's too many variables out there right now with John Jones.
Yeah.
With
does that mess you up at all? Now that he's in there?
Not right now. I mean, I'm focused totally on Rashad. You know, I can think about all this other stuff. I cannot control that. I can't control if the champ wins, gets hurt, you know, in a training camp, you know, even if you have the title shot. So what I can control is the here and the now. On Saturday night, going out there and beating Rashad.
And what are you expecting from him? You said you're preparing for the best and all that, but do you really think at this stage of his career, at his age, the 2 surgeries, that he will be as good as he was when he fought Chael at 167?
For one round, I believe he will, for sure. I think he's going to come out there moving. You know, apparently he's going to be talking to me the whole time, whatever he's got to do in his own head, you know. But he still has that competitive fire. He still wants to be out there. He doesn't want to embarrass himself, so he's going to come out there hard. He's going to come out there quick, and you know, I would be stupid to think that anybody other than the Rashad that won that title is going to come out. You know, I prepared for that Rashad, so I'll be ready for whatever Rashad shows up.
Your head coach Aaron Simpson just told me that it's been a different Ryan Bader, that you've changed, you've grown up, all that stuff. What does he mean by that?
I think like mentally and everything. You know, I was having fun when I was younger. I I was just a guy that competed in the UFC, and it was a cool thing to do, and I would get to travel the world and fight and all that. I got a family. I got 3 kids. I just turned 32 years old. This is a career for me, and I'm there mentally, and I'm not screwing around and training or practice anything. I'm there to get a result, out of that. I'm there for that end result, which is go out there and win that fight in front of me. And so I just think it's me getting older, getting more experience, and having the right people around me, having these guys around me, Aaron Simpson, those type of guys, to really push me and be positive and reinforce that I can beat anybody at any given time, and I'm the best in the world, and I believe that myself, and therefore I can go into any fight and go out there and get the win.
Final thing, how do you envision beating him?
I envision being aggressive, putting that pressure on him, and then I see me putting some hands on him, and I want to go out there. Everybody wants to get the stoppage. I want to go out there and knock him out, TKO him. But I want to go out there and look impressive that whole fight. I want people to say, hey, this is a new guy out here, and he belongs in that talk for ultimately what I'm in the sport for, is to get that belt.
Can't wait for it. Best of luck to you. Always a pleasure talking to you, Ryan. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you.